I heard a new term on YouTube. I think it was Fox News where I heard it. It could have been one of the other channels. Could be CNN. I don't remember where I heard it, but it's a very good term. And I like it. Now, most people care about our environment. And most of us are pretty good stewards. Not perfect, but pretty good. We try to do the things that make things better, especially for those who come after us, children, grandchildren, and such. But I heard the term Astroturf applied differently than what we normally think of as artificial grass for football fields. And let's see what the new definition is. This deserves a good talk about it. Hello, anyone. I'm Scott Bain. They call me the old farmer. Astroturf. A new definition for astroturf. Now, in environmental situations, there are most of us who try to do a good job. You know, we don't try to specifically pollute and do the things that could harm the environment, whether worldwide or whether in our local community or around our own homes. For example, we don't just throw away paper. We dispose of it properly. Granted, our automobiles are still putting out more pollution than what we would like, but the industry is getting better with that. And in some instances, I think they've overstepped their ability, and we need to relax some of these regulations and adjust things in a different way. But that's a different topic altogether. It should be talked about in a later video. But AstroTurf. There's a group of people out there that we call greens or greenies, or you get the idea. And they're for the planet. They don't want pollution. They don't want this. They don't want that. They want a pristine world. And I think we all do. But we take the small steps, not the big steps they want. Elon Musk was their poster child for the longest time because he made electric automobiles. And as far as I'm concerned, there's some major flaws in his design of these electric automobiles, and I've talked about them in different videos. That's not what I'm talking about. It's that he was the poster child. Elon Musk could do no wrong until he saw that the best course for our country and possibly the world is Donald J. Trump. A man far from perfect. But a lot has happened to him over the years that changed him from being kind of cocky, like you would see with Bill Clinton, to taking the job serious. And I've mentioned this before. He thought, I don't know what is actually happened. But in his mind, he thought the presidency was stolen from him from illegal actions. Don't know. That's not for me to judge, but that's what he feels. And then trying to kill the man several times, one time piercing an ear, he kind of lost a lot of his cockiness. He still had his anger from losing the election. And if he had thought that he had lost the election honestly, he would not have run again. But he thought it was stolen from him, so that's why he ran again. And this time he means business. And business means the needs of the people. Yes, he was not a good role model for kids in the past. And I don't think, because of his past, that he should be considered for sainthood. But I do consider that the man is trying to do a good job for the country. And Elon Musk saw that. And he said, Mr. President, how can I help? And he said it before Mr. Trump was president, but how can I help? And that's how he got Doge. Now, it seems like all these green people out here would be saying, hey, that's a great idea. Let's get the waste out of government. But no. Because it's Mr. Trump rather than Mr. Biden, they hate Mr. Trump and anything to do with Mr. Trump. And therefore, Mr. Musk is now an evil person. Well, if you want to help the environment, you eliminate waste. Whether it's waste in production, whether it's waste in burning fuels. You know, coal is a good fuel source, but there's a lot of stuff that is wasteful in coal that makes it bad for burning. So green people like to get rid of a lot of waste. Well, what causes a lot of that waste is economics. The government is wasting a lot of money, which means people are doing work that is wasteful. And I'll define work as loosely as you possibly can, because there are good people in the government quite often. And in fact, you can see that I promote talking books for the blind. If you know someone, or if you're someone that has difficult reading, you can't hold the book, or your vision is poor, or whatever, you can get this absolutely free service, which is either audiobooks or it's Braille, multiple languages, and all you basically need is some kind of proctor to say, yes, you do need the service. For example, your doctor. That's a good example. Maybe your minister, your pastor, the mayor, the police chief, someone of authority that can say, yes, this person actually needs this service, because it's stepping on copyright. You're getting this material for free rather than paying for it. And there's laws that say this can be done for special needs, difficulty in reading. Okay. So if you know someone, just go down below in the description. You're going to see the contact information. It's simple. Everything is free. I wish the rest of government worked this way. It's efficient, it's courteous, and they do whatever they can to help you, which is not most of government, if you know what I'm talking about. So Elon Musk, to get back on topic, Elon Musk is trying to cut waste out of government. So we're spending less money, so our taxes aren't as high, so that we don't have to work as hard to pay our taxes and have a standard of living that we want. To me, that's part of green. And that's one of the easiest ways that we can cut down on pollution and things. Don't waste, period. But these people who are green, oh, everything is bad. We gotta save the trees. We gotta save this. We gotta save that. And to their point, some of it is true. They should be endorsing Mr. Musk and his efforts, and Mr. Trump's and his efforts. But they're not. Not only are they not talking about it or supporting him, they are attacking Tesla. He just runs it. He owns 15%. How many people are you hurting? You're not even hurting him when you burn a car. These fake green people are now attacking someone who's trying to get the biggest waste out of our society, and that is government. If we have fewer people, that means there's fewer government vehicles on the road. It means fewer lights are turned on. Just mentally go through, if let's say you can cut 10% out of government. Honestly. Not cutting into the muscle, but the fat. 10%. Well, that's 10% less pollution that the government is putting in onto this planet. So they should be behind it. But no, they are after Mr. Musk. So that's where the term comes from, Astroturf. Fake grass, fake green. They're deplorable. And it's terrorism. There's a difference between disagreeing with Mr. Musk and attacking his business. Someone is paying large dollars to get the same people from place to place to place with the same signs and the same slogan. 12 people show up and you have a megaphone. You don't need a megaphone for 12 people. Whisper it. You can whisper it to them and they'll hear what you say. It reminds me of an old Laurel and Hardy movie. It really does, except for the damage it's doing. It's harming everybody but Elon Musk. And you're just getting him mad. Because he sees private citizens' automobiles being destroyed. He's seeing the other stockholders, their value going down. And yes, there's problems with Tesla automobiles. They're built completely wrong. Good concept, electric car. But if it was built right, you could get the 600 miles range. Rather than, what, 100-mile range? Whatever a Tesla makes. We had a Volt, and we had a 50-mile range. It was a hybrid. Regrettably, we lost the vehicle because a deer wanted to hitchhike. Totaled the car right out. But it doesn't take much with a hybrid. You know, you take the motor and push it back on the battery pack, and you've toasted the car. It's a unibody. It's toast. I put pictures up. And we looked around for another Volt and couldn't get one within the range of battery life left. We were going to go for a used one. They don't make Volts. They're going to, but they stopped making them and they're going to start making them again. It's a good little hybrid car. 50-mile range in the summertime. Probably 45 in the wintertime. Good little car. So we looked around for something that also, since we couldn't get a Volt, we also liked the Subaru, that there were safety features on the Subaru. Lane departure and things like that. So we were looking for a vehicle that had those types of aids for driving and a long battery life that for mileage that you can charge up, and then you drive a certain distance, and then it switches over to the motor. Well, it's a Mitsubishi. We looked American, and they didn't have what we were looking for. Mitsubishi did with the, Outlander? About the same size car. They say 38 miles on theirs. It's got regenerative braking. The Volt didn't. So that can add mileage to it. The U.S. industry didn't offer what we were looking for. Mitsubishi Japanese-made cars are very good cars. They had everything we want. We bought a used one. We didn't need to buy a new one. We bought a 23, and it's doing us fine. So each of us in our own way tries to do things that are good for the environment. Not perfect, but good. These people who are out there causing the problems with the Tesla automobiles and such are Astroturfs. They're out there to be hypocrites. In essence, they're promoting violence, insurrection, terrorism. And in the meantime, we'll call these people Astroturfs. Thank you for watching, and please be safe. We'd sure appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment. You know how YouTube behaves. They won't believe you watched a video unless you leave a comment. Also, it would help if you ring the bell and do a thumbs up. As you know, if I find a good channel, I pass it on to you. So if you think it's appropriate, it would sure help if you passed us on to your closest 10,000 friends and family. But above all, give a helping hand to someone today. It's the best gift to give. It'll make you feel good too.
Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, or ring the bell buttons on the Original Old Farmer channel. We enjoy reading the comments that you leave, and they do help the channel, so keep them coming. And once again, thank you for watching The Original Old Farmer.
The VFW National Home for Children, providing families of veterans and active duty military opportunities for growth and development in a nurturing community. Please consider a donation to help their children and families. I.C. Rhodes speaking.